Hello everybody, it's Big Al with some more content for Lord of the Rings Rise to War. Today I'm coming to you from Hitman, the Hitman account. So this guy I have known for a while. I was curious, so I took a look at his badges, and he's taken some time off because of life stuff. But back here at X-Hub is where I first met him, and that was a year and a half ago. So, I'm going to be looking to improve his gear. I'm going to be honest with you, his account is a little bit of a mess, but he's a lot more of a casual player nowadays. As you saw with his badges, he's taken 5 months off, 6 months off. Anyways, I'm going to try to make him a good formation with some good gear so that he can have fun with us again this season. So for his main army is going to be Gil, Gandalf the White, Dane, and Gimli. So as you see, there's a lot of sharp blade. There's some mix and mash yellow and purple, and then there's some without gear effects. So first thing you do when you're looking to improve your gear is I'm going to use Gil for instance. He has decent gear. He's got a Lang, the submerged cask, he's got Elf Hawbuck, and the Defender. All decent pieces of gear. So first you're going to go inside and you're going to check what other set effects are in here to see if you can match set effects that make sense for that commander. As you can see, the Cask of the Submerged Isle, he only has Power Overwhelming and Warcry. And the others don't have any refinements, so those are what those are. Now I'm going to go into his items. I'm going to just look at flawless pieces. He does have some extra gear, so that's good. He's got a cask here. Okay. Well, he needs 3 to fully refine. So let's look inside of the other helmets. Oh, he's got one there. I would need a third. And look, there it is. And again, he got very unlucky with the set effects for it, but that's alright. So we got 3, so I would have to hammer those 2 down. I've already checked and he does have some hammers. So I could maximize his Cask of the Submerged Isle. He's got a Defender. Not a bad piece, but he's got no refinement. And for Gil, you're going to want a lot more command for the modification and to help him tank. So let's look inside of here. Oh, he's got a lot of worn gold pieces. So what that means is he used built gold gear to strengthen other gold gear. And the extra pieces come back as worn items. The problem with doing this is you will usually lose 1 gold item and then they come back as worn items. So it's always better to use hammers than just strengthen. Okay, so I also looked in here to see what he's got in here. He's got agility there, he's got divide and conquer, he's got perseverance on the reins. So as of right now, delaying Gil, I can't make set effects. So he's got a couple dragon teeth down here. Sorry. He's got Airborne's Pride, I don't want. But he does have a couple dragon's tooth. Did I see one in here? Nope, this was the Warren. If we go in here, there's another dragon tooth. So that's 1, 2, 3. But he doesn't have a defensive set effect. So one thing I noticed is he still has time on his season store. So I am looking to use the dragon tooth for Gil because I can get more refines out of it, so I can get command, compared to the defender of the mountain that doesn't have any refines. So, oh, the condition's not met for the dragon tooth. Oh, that's horrible. Okay, well, guess we can't do that. Overlook that part. So, first and foremost, I know that I want to get those casks out of the cask of the submerged isle out of this item and the gray hat. So I'm going to unequip those. Now I'm also going to look at this gold skin. Okay, because I want to see what other side effects. He's got another sharp blade and an arcane. He's got a perseverance here. Let's go back up to Dane. As you see, he had two pieces that had commander attack. The reach has the commander damage that he needs, but he's got two pieces that don't give any commander attack. I don't like that. So I'm also going to look inside the Durance plate to see what other set effects there are. There's evasive action and thick armor. Huh. Those would match Gil. Now, let me think if I can get a armor piece that has commander attack. I could do the Berserker's Raiment, and I could strengthen it quite a bit, but it's siege effect, and I can't refine it at all. I do have an extra sharp blade in here, and I got this one, so I would be able to make 2 gold skins with sharp blade and refine him once so he gets the extra hit points. I could level them up a little bit. I have this elf hawbuck, which is nice on Gil, but it doesn't match any of the side effects. And I could use the Durance plate here and match it up with the thick armor here. So that would be one side effect, because I'm going to change this to the dragon tooth so that I can get some extra command out of them. I've already saved how the commanders are at this moment. So let's get started. Okay, I know that I'm going to keep the laying on Gil. I'm going to keep the submerged cask. I'm going to take this off because I'm not going to use that. I'm going to take this off because I'm not going to use that. On Dane, we are going to keep the reach. We are going to keep the cask of pride, but we are going to change it around. Let's see, Gimli. I need to hammer that so that I can get that second sharp blade gold skin out of there. I'm going to put a full helm on him so it gives him more commander attack as well, since I'm going to be struggling a little bit with the gold skin. Plus this has a little bit of unit defense on it, so that will help out a little bit. Let's see, Gandalf. Pretty much going to leave Gandalf the same. Is there anything in here? Nope, but I could refine that with these to get Gandalf the white with more command as well. Okay, so let's start hammering things down. He's got 10 hammers, so that's great for me. Oh, first I wanted to do something else. One thing I noticed, which a lot of people don't pay attention to, he is respect level 10. Okay, a lot of people think that relics cost a lot of mithril to make right now, but they have changed it. As you see, it only costs 10 mithril to make, so it kind of makes no sense not to make it at this point. So it gives him command, which he needs. It gives him unit defense, which he needs, and then it has an okay ability with it, which with Gil, generally you're running him with a taunting tank like Swan Knights or Mountain Trolls or Great Beasts. And then the other 3 commanders are going to run elves so that they can get the evade. So for each elf unit present, this formation's unit recovers 7.5% hit points once each round. So that's going to be 22.5% hit points as it is. And it's also refinable. So I'm going to go ahead and make this. It doesn't hurt anything. We don't really need the mithril for anything else right now. We might as well take the extra stats. So if you ever go to do this, you can enhance. You would just use 2 of any gold items. But keep in mind, once you start enhancing, you are not getting anything back. So make sure that when you put the items inside of a relic, they are not something you're going to want later. So, like I said, he has 260 mithril. Nobody is really close to getting there. If I refine it once, they would get 15% hit points each round per elf unit. So that'd be a 45% heal every round. So I'm going to go ahead and refine it once. But that's all I'm going to do because eventually we will need mithril for more relics. So now let me go back in and I am going to start hammering things down. So, was I going to hammer this down? I'm not going to hammer that down yet. This I am going to hammer down because I want that Cask of the Submerged Isle out. And when you're running Gil or another tank like this and they're going to be taunting or protecting for the majority of the fight, you are going to want to get your tank the best you can. Some people want to make their main formation completely even all the way across the board, but you can't do that. Your tank and your damage dealer need to have the best gear first. A support, yes, you still need good gear, but they can wait. They don't have to be the best. Okay, I did those. I want to get the cask out because I want that other submerged. And then there was one more that I wanted to do. And I'm going to do this. Actually, there's 2 more. And then I'm also going to do the Bone Talisman because he doesn't have any accessories that give plus damage except for the pipe, but I really do not like doing the pipe. And I know some people will say yes, do the pipe because commander damage is really important, but he does lack on some commander attack. So I'm choosing to go with the commander attack because he does have decent attack here. Not the best, but he does have some. So go back in and hammer out. And as you saw, there was worn items. That was because that's what was in there. I'm going to hammer this out because we are going to change this set effect. I need to unlock it. And then I am going to hammer out the Bone Talisman. And again, I don't really like using the permanent hammers for the talismans, but I don't like to use the permanent hammers on purple gear, but sometimes you just have to. So, let me go back into the commanders. Okay, with Gil, I am going to go with the Durance plate with thick armor. Not the best side effect, but it is something. Then here I am going to go with a dragon's tooth. And what was it that I needed to hammer to get that other dragon's tooth? Was it this? Or was it the harp? Nope, it was the harp. Nope, that's the Airward's Pride. Huh. I'm still going to go with the dragon's tooth. I'm going to have one less refine than I thought I was going to have on it. But it's still going to give me more command than what the harp was giving. See, so the harp gives 60, but this is going to give that. And plus I'm going to get a little unit attack because Gil also buffs attack. Now I am second guessing what I'm going to do. Because the dragon tooth I'm not going to match. Because I was hoping to buy one in the season store. So sometimes you have to make adjustments. Yep. I am just actually going to keep the harp on there. For now. It's a bad side effect, but that's okay. Dane. We are going to put the reach on there that has flay. We are going to put the cask of pride. We are going to put one of the golden skins on him. And then here we are putting a bone talisman with flay to get the side effect, get the extra commander attack. So on Gimli, we have the hammer, the hammer of Moria. We got the full helm. We're putting the other golden skin on here. And then he is getting the bone talisman back. Okay, now Gandalf the White. He is getting his gray hat with the arcane back. Okay, now I'm going to start with Gil. So one of the things I did was hammer out so I can get the 3 casks out. So first and foremost, what I'm going to do is refine those. And when you're refining gear, command and commander damage are the first things that you want to refine. More so than hit points. Hit points are good, but again, the command and the commander damage are the more important ones. So on this one, I am going to do a couple refines to get the hit points up. But I'm not going to completely refine it because I am going to wait to see if I need a couple pieces for strengthening. So there we have Gil, and I got to strengthen the Durn's plate, but again I'm doing the refines first. Okay, the reach of the Riddermark. I am going to refine as much as I can. As you can see, he has all sharp blade. Most of his gear is sharp blade. It's the most common side effect on his account. Cask of Pride I am going to do. I got 2 of those. I am going to refine both of those. Because I know I don't need them, and Dane does need the hit points. Dane and Gimli are targeted a lot with stun and madness because they are slow. Dwarves are slow. So they're usually later in the round to act. I am going to refine this once on each one of them. I wish I could have made Perseverance set effect instead of both sharp, but it is what it is. Same thing here. I am going to refine the bone talisman once for each one of them. Okay. Dane's refinements are done. Now we go to Gimli. This is getting refined once. And when you're doing your gear, sometimes with between your two damage dealers that are in your army, you're not always going to be refining things equally between the two, because your strongest one is most important. But it's also because of the situation that we're in on his account. I'm going to refine this a couple times. And when you're refining, you want to use the bad set effects first. The ones that you know you won't use, or the ones that you have multiples of. Okay, and I'm going to stop there on the refining. So, he's refined. I have not refined him yet. So, let's go ahead and refine him. Probably should hold off on this one, but I like the command on Gandalf the White. Okay. So, now we have Gil. We got the matching set effect. I'm keeping the silver harp. I'm going to put the silver harp on him and Durn's plate. On Dane, he's getting the golden skin and the bone talisman. I'm going to get more commander attack on him. I want him doing more damage. Another reason why I am going this route is because he's going to have Gil, and Gil is going to take the damage for the first 3 rounds, and he's going to have an elf unit on him, and he will not have to take damage for the first 3 rounds. So, also, whoever's in your army depends on how you're going to build your gear as well. Because if I didn't have Gil, or if I didn't have a tank that gave me the evade for the first 3 rounds, I would have kept one of the defensive plates on Dane to try to keep him alive longer. So, first, let's take a look, and we are going to strengthen this a couple times. I'm going to strengthen it to 3 stars. And I'm doing this because I know I have about how much I have. Okay? I don't want to completely strengthen it because I need to double check to make sure I have enough of everything. I'm going to come back to that because I want to take a double look at that before I do anything. Now the Cask of Pride, I'm going to go to 3 stars again. When you're doing gear, you need to be meticulous about it. You need to know how much you have, how much strengthening you'll be able to do. And the way I'm doing it is just strengthening everything to around 3 stars is because I am being cautious because it is somebody else's account. Just like I made the mistake with the Dragon Tooth. I was thinking that I could get it, but it was not, the requirements weren't met. So again, I'm going to come back to that. Let me strengthen his hat. Okay. I'm going to strengthen it to 2 stars to start. Now I'm going to go to Gimli, go here, strengthen. One good thing about him having all the worn out gear is you use that before you use any items, any actual items. Okay. So do I have all the gold gear to up a few stars except for the reach of the Riddermark? Okay. I'm going to go in here. I want to check out how much worn he has. He's 5 more armors and 10 helmets. Okay. Now I'm going to go back and start checking. Let's see. Gil has 2 stars on his weapon. He's got none. He's got a purple. His weapon is already built. So I need to split the gold gear between these two. I've already increased his command. We already got his relic. So let me start with Dane, and I'm going to rebuild. Let's see. What items do I want to use? And this is another thing. When you're building using items, try to put all the same items in. And what I mean by that is, you see right here, I have 3 nightfalls. So I want to try to get all 3 nightfall. I want to make sure that I put all 3 nightfalls into this piece of gear. That way, if later on in the game I ever want to use the nightfalls, I only have to use 1 hammer to get them out. Make sense? So one thing about this game is thinking about long term. If I can, I'm going to leave the laying out, because we just need 1 more laying to refine Gil's piece. 1, 2, I need 5. Okay. So I'm going to do the 2 gigantic hammers, and I am going to do the 3 Maddox. Now we're going to go and we're going to check how much gold gear we have left. We have 13 pieces left. So, okay, I can strengthen his reach of the Riddermark to full, because that's going to take 8. And then I can put the remaining 3 inside of the Lang if I want to. So now I got to decide which pieces I want in here. So I'm going to use the high elf bows. I'm going to keep the Lang out. The black bow is another good weapon. The blazing tongue is another good weapon. I'm going to keep the blazing tongue out. So I'm going to keep the Lang and the blazing tongues out of this one in case I want to use them. Wow, this is already a 30-minute video. Sorry guys, it takes time. I was hoping to have all this done within 30 minutes, but I'm not going to be able to. I'm also going to be making his B-team gear out of the purple gear, but that I'm going to wait on. So if I remember correctly, I had 8 worn helmets. I'm going to leave that alone for now. So let's see. Everybody but Gimli has it. I know I want to get another star here. So let's get that going. Okay, how many more worn helmets do I have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7, and then I have a few more pieces as well. So I know I want to get this up because I really want to get Dane's gear up a lot for more attack. Okay. How many more do I have? 3 more? 2 more. Okay, 2 more, and then I have 6 total helmets left. So this is where it comes down to, do I put it into Dane? Do I put them into either one of these? That's a tough question. But I think I am going to put it into Dane, because he's going to have a decent tank. Gandalf the White is there for support. He has some focus for that White Council. He doesn't need it. Yep. I'm going to put it on Dane. Another thing is, I'm going to have him test out switching Dane and Gimli's gear between the two of them to see overall which one gets the most damage. So, here we go. The iron bassinets are one item that I think is great for using for relics. Okay, so we're done with weapons, right? Nope, I got those 3 that I could possibly do. But those will stay until after I am done working on his B team. So I got the Durance plate, I got the golden skin, I got that, and I got the other golden skin. First and foremost, I want to get him some more focus. Okay, so how much more do I have? I have 2 worn out, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I could use this. And that would give me 4 pieces. Okay. So I said 6 plus that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 worn outs, that's 6. Then I also have the Durance plate and that. So let's check where everybody's at. Both of those are at 3 stars. That's at 3 stars. If I were to refine this, it'd be 1 more. So that's 2. I will refine this once more for a little bit more hit points. And then I'm going to use 2 to help strengthen it. So, let me do the refine first. Let's see. This is a thick armor, so I'll use that one. And I'm not going to want a war cry. Now let's strengthen it 1. And I'm going to put the Durance plates in there just so that all of that is together. And that would leave me 4 from the high elf, 5 for the elven cloak, 6, 7. I would have 7 left. Yep, I want to make the tank a little bit stronger. Okay, now I have 7 left. So everything is 3 stars. So the next star takes 5. So I can increase one of these. I'm definitely getting more commander attack on both of them because of the way that I'm doing the gear. I'm going to put it on Gandalf the White. Let me see something. White Council. He's got Gil. Nope. I am going to put it on... I am going to put it on Dane. So he's getting the High Elf Hawbuck, And then I'm going to put it on that. Okay, so we got weapons done, we got helmets done, we got armor done. Now we got to go to these accessories. So it looks like everybody's got it. How many accessories do I have? I have 5, 6, 7. Do I have any worn? No. So it doesn't look like I'm upgrading any accessories unless I use this. But I think I'm going to use that for his B team. Because he's got 4 stars, 4 stars. Okay. Now, let me do this. I am going to strengthen his purple gear. And I'm going to look at what all he has on purple gear. Okay, I am going to use a lot of fireworks, and I am going to use the shield of the white hand, because those are items that I don't really use. They do have a purpose, but the way that everything's built in this account and my personal accounts, they are not useful to me. I am going to get it to 4 stars, and then I'm going to go do the other one. Wow, a lot of war cry. And I believe this will be it for the fireworks. Nope, she's still got a few fireworks left, which I will use up on the other one. So like I said, sorry this is a little bit longer video, guys. I try to keep them short. I have everything written out of what I want to change, what I've got an okay, and Hitman pretty much said do as I would to my own account. So, and it's really nice that he trusts me that much to let me into his account. Same thing with the others that have let me into their account. I only have good intentions. I'm just going to use one of these harps. And I'm going to stop there because I want to see what I'm going to use for his other ones. I need to strengthen his helmet. Oh sweet, there is worn out helmets. That makes it easier. And I know there is one thing. I might increase Gil's weapon because I have the 3 items left, but I'm waiting to do that until after I do his B gear, which I'm not going to do his B gear while I'm on this account. I will always use the brutal helms to strengthen purple gear. Same thing with the Arnor cask. You would not use it with that set effect. Well, for that one. Okay. So this is where I think I'm going to stop on his gear for this video. I am going to do some comparisons now. Okay. I already made the channel, so I am just going to share the commanders to that channel so I can easily flip back and forth between the old way and the new way. Okay, first, let's go with Gil, and I'm going to be writing things down so that I have the exact numbers on a couple things. So, with Gil, this is... Actually, let me go to the old way first. The old way. He had 484 command. Let's add up his defense. Unit defense. So, 14, 32, that's 46. 71. 93. 93 unit defense. Okay. Let's go to the new Gil. he has 532 command. Let's see, 14, 32, that's 46, 76. That is 111 unit defense. So, overall, Gil has gained, let's see, 48 command. He's gained 18 unit defense, plus the 10 from the thick armor, because before he didn't have that. And then he's got his relic now too. Okay, so that was a success. Next, let's go to Dane. Okay, the old way. He had 139 commander attack. Okay, and then he had a lot of unit defense. His damage was 34 to 46, which I believe does not change. So, let's go to Dane the new way. He's got 167 commander attack. Oh, and then before he had plus 24 from the set effects. So that would have come to 163 commander attack. Okay. This way he's got 167 plus the 10 sharp blade. So that would be 177. Sorry, I'm writing things down as well. The damage kept the same. I know he doesn't have as much unit defense as he did before, but he does get a little bit from that and that. He gains flay. Overall, he gained 14 commander attack. And he's got flay now instead of the sharp blade. So that should help him to deal a little bit more damage. Okay, next, Gandalf the White. GTW. He's got 222 command. The old way, he's got 145 focus. Okay, now let's go to the new one. And I'm just worried about the most important stats. Okay, he's got 244 command now, and he's got 151 focus. So, he's gained 22 command, and he's gained 6 focus. Okay, and remember, I wasn't doing much to the Gandalf the White. So, now let's go to Gimli. Now, Gimli changed a bit. The old way, he had 137 plus the 24 for the sharp blade. So that's 161 commander attack. And then his commander damage will not change. Now let's go to the new way. Okay, he's got 143 plus the 24. Okay, equals 167. So he gains 6 commander attack. He gets some extra unit defense, which also opened up so that I could give Gandalf the White an extra strengthen and an extra command on Gil. So, yes, these are just a bunch of little things. His Gil improved the most, like I said, with 48 command and an extra 18 unit defense, plus the thick armor, so an extra 28 unit defense. So, overall, it was a success. The one thing that will probably happen is I will probably strengthen this one more time, so he'll get even more unit defense on him for his tank. So, like I said, little things. That's all you're looking to do, is improve little things at a time. You're not going to make great things happen every time. As you saw, now he's got purple. Before he was all gold, but they were the wrong items. If he would have had another attack item, then maybe I would say keep it. But it helped us to grow in other areas because we were able to move things around, and Dane ultimately can do more damage now because he has a little bit more attack and he's got the flay, which, if you don't remember, it gives the damage, ignores 8% of the target's defense. Doesn't equate to a lot, but it is something. And as you see, we got 3 gold items there. We got 2 there. And we have a few here, which that could still change as well. But not on this video. That's going to be it for me. As always, make the most out of what you got.